the Opelka Studios in Oklahoma City. This is an OSU update with John Helsley. I'm Jenni Carlson. John, so many subplots in this game Saturday night at OSU. Texas comes to town. Can the Cowboys get their sixth win and get bowl eligible? Can Texas get their sixth win and get bowl eligible? But I think a subplot that a lot of people will be mindful of is Joe Wickline's return. Obviously, a lot of talk about this offensive line with the Cowboys, and now a lawsuit. Could there be any more drama around an offensive line coach returning?
I don't know. We still have a few days left, right? I mean, you're right, Jenny. This has been such an interesting thing. One, he left last year when it seemed like he was really entrenched in Stillwater, had bought a ranch out there. You know, everybody thought, Wickline is here to stay, and that's the things that he always said. He had opportunities to go to the Dallas Cowboys and other places. He goes to the Texas Longhorns. Now, like you say, there's a lawsuit involved. He's coming back this week. It's going to be interesting. Well,
we don't know how the lawsuit's going to turn out. Obviously, that relates to his play calling or not play calling for Texas. He's co-offensive coordinator, but does he call the plays? They'll figure that out in a court of law. But it's about a $600,000 lawsuit that's on the line. That's big money for anybody, including OSU.
It is significant, and for Joe, if it comes out of his pocket, it would be very significant.
Nice.
You're right. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes. Kyle Fredrickson had some nice stories over the weekend on this. Actually got some analysts, some experts involved. The guess is it would probably settle out of court at some point, but you don't know. Some of these have gone all the way, so it'll be something to watch into the future for sure.
Well, you can almost guess that Joe Wickline won't be received warmly by Cowboy officials, but he's got some former players that are still Cowboys, fans obviously in the stands. What's the reception going to be like on Saturday?
I think that's a great question. You're right. He was a little bit of a polarizing figure even among his players. He was a hard-line coach, so some guys liked that, and by the end of their career, they appreciated that. Some guys did not. And then there's this whole lawsuit thing going on. There's the fact that he left OSU. You never know how that's going to impact fans. And another thing that hasn't been talked about a whole lot is he left some holes in some recruiting classes. This offensive line is very young and very raw. Part of that is because Wickline missed on some players. So, there's that factor too. Look at the mess you left us in, and then you left us.
And it would be interesting. I know it's all hearsay. It would be interesting, though, to see if Wickline was still there. Would he have done any better with this offensive line? I don't know. It's impossible to answer, right?
It is impossible to answer. And part of that is, Wickline was the master of going and finding guys that kind of fit what he liked. They weren't five-star guys. They weren't the highly recruited guys. And he made something out of them. Are the guys that the Cowboys have right now, are they those type of players that maybe he could bring along? Or are they not? And so that's the thing we don't know. It's very interesting.
All right. Thanks, John. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.